G'day guys, before we hop into today's vlog, I just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. From now on, I'm going to be putting out daily vlogs every single day. I'm going to be tracking my process, playing these 126 max games, hopefully moving up in stakes. But even if I don't, you'll get to watch me fall on my face every single day on this YouTube channel. So make sure you hit subscribe so you get the new videos as they come out every single day. For now, onto the vlog. G'day guys, welcome back to the vlog. It's currently 5:30 AM here in Melbourne and I've just woken up. Feeling pretty good though, feeling like I'm ready to get back in these poker tables. Obviously took a day off, down swinging pretty hard, so I'm going to get back into it today. Hopefully the day off did me some good and I can play more focused and get back to that A grade level play today. Going to get a quick feed in first, then we'll get to the poker. Okay, so it's about 10 to 6 AM at the moment. Just grabbed a feed. Feeling pretty good. Always feeling good after a feed, but I think the day off has done me some good because I'm feeling motivated to get back to playing some poker, to grinding out these hands. The goal for today, 1,500 hands, and the other goal, we're going for that A grade level. Today in particular, I just do want to make sure I am cognizant of all my decisions, just do a bit of self-talk and figure out why I'm doing what I'm doing. And hopefully it's going to be something logical this time, unlike the previous sessions. So let's get into it and let's get this A grade level play out for you guys. G'day guys, it's about 20 past 3 in the afternoon here in Melbourne. Just wrapped up my second session of poker for the day. Did end up getting in a total of 6 hours and 24 minutes for a grand total of 1,646 hands. So obviously stoked. We smashed the daily goal of 1,500 out of the water. Obviously stoked with that. But in terms of results, also pretty stoked there as well. Ended up making 628. So yeah, you don't really want to focus on the results from poker. You want to focus on your actual quality of gameplay. But I will admit, and I'm not proud of it, but I am happy that I do feel a bit better finally getting a big win after losing so much over the past few sessions. But now for something I am actually pretty proud of, and that's the gameplay grade of the session. And the reason I'm so proud is because I'm going to give myself an A. I think I played very focused, very disciplined. I didn't let myself get tilted by bad beats, even though I did get a few. I was able to dial in and really take advantage of when the cards were coming my way, folding when they weren't coming my way, etc. I think a large reason for getting such good volume in is because I did take the time off. Something I said in my previous vlog when I was talking about dealing with downswings is it can be hard to see the forest through the trees. And what I mean by that, for example, is if I just get too dialed in on poker strategy and trying to exploit this tiny little thing, I sort of sometimes forget the bigger picture stuff, like it's good to play tight aggressive against passive opponents. It's good to bluff tighter opponents, just big picture things like that should be obvious. Sometimes you can forget it if you're too dialed in. I think today I was able to come back and see the forest through the trees. I was able to focus on the right things, and I really do think my results were a reflection of that. Also a reflection that I did run really good across the session as well, obviously, but despite that, an A feels about right. As much as I would like to go on and pretend like, oh, I played my A game, that's the reason I had really good results this session, I think that might be true to an extent, but I think the larger reason why I did have good results this session is because I ran well in deep stacked pots like this one. The action falls to me on the button. I have King Queen of clubs. I go ahead and open it up to 5, and then the small blind goes ahead and 3 bets it to 16. The action's back on me here, and I actually think I already have a pretty interesting decision with my King Queen suited here. An important factor to why this decision is so interesting is I have 800 in my stack, and that's the effective stack. My opponent actually has over 1,000, so obviously we are very, very, very deep. Like 400 big blinds effective is a very deep game. And the reason that's relevant to my decision pre-flop here is when you are super deep stacked, you really do want to be mixing in more 4 bets because people are going to be 3 betting you lighter, knowing you're opening more, and obviously you're going to be opening more when you have more chips effective. You can realize equity with hands easier. So it's sort of this thing where everyone's 3 betting and 4 betting super light. So, and it also, like, because it's button versus small blind, like that's already a pretty loose dynamic in terms of 3-bet pots. So I do think there is a lot of merit to 4-betting king queen suited for value here. It's very likely I do have the best hand, but I actually prefer calling in this specific instance, and that's because the small blind 3-bet pretty small. Like, obviously I only have to call another 11 more to get to play this pot in position when we are super deep. So I think when I'm getting that good a price to call, I'm probably just better off taking a pot, you know, taking a flop and not risking betting 5-bet potentially. So that's the decision I go with in this spot. But having said that, I do think there is merit to 4-betting as well. Regardless, I call, we go heads up to a flop, which is 10-9-5 rainbow with 1 club. And then the small blind goes ahead and c-bets 30. Then the action's on me here, and I think if we weren't as deep as we were, this would be a very easy fold. Like, if we started the hand 100 big blinds effective, I think I would have a pretty trivial fold here with my gut shot. Obviously, there wouldn't be many implied odds to calling such a large bet on the flop here. But because we are so deep stacked, I actually think I have a pretty easy call with my king queen backdoor flush draw here. Obviously, if we hit a jack and the stacks are super deep, we can start pumping in big value bets to try and get our straight paid off. But also we do have the backdoor flush draw, so we can start semi-bluffing on a club turn, or if we do turn a king or a queen. Like I said earlier, the small blind's betting is 3-betting rather a fairly loose range. So if we do hit a king or queen on the turn, it's pretty likely we will have the best hand in that instance. It's even possible we have the best hand with king high right now. So I do think it is a pretty easy call on the flop. That's what I go ahead and do. I throw in the call, so we get to see a turn. The turn's a banger. It is the jack of diamonds, putting out the backdoor flush draw. Oh, obviously I'm loving life. I turn the nuts, but then all things just keep getting better because the small blind continues to bet. They go ahead and make it 68. Obviously I'm loving life with the nuts when they keep betting at it, and obviously going to raise the nuts for value here. There's a bunch worse hands my opponent can call with. If they have an overpair, a set, or 2-pair, which they have a bunch of in their range, even a flush draw, we can get called by all of those. So looking to put in a healthy raise, I go ahead and make it 199, then my opponent calls. So we're still heads up to the river, which is the king of diamonds. The small blind goes ahead and checks it over to me, and I think this river is pretty interesting because obviously I was planning to just bomb the pot with my straight, expecting to get called by 2-pair, set, or an overpair, but on this river, I just don't think I can do that anymore. If my opponent does have one of those hands, I think they're going to be pretty reluctant to put more money in the pot when I could easily have a straight, I could easily have a queen. So I decide to size down my value bet. I go ahead and make it 142. Then my opponent's in the tank for a few seconds before throwing in the call. Then I show my hand, and obviously it's good. My opponent mucks and I scoop in the pot. So obviously good results happen when you run this good in deep stacked pots. But I did want to highlight this hand just to show you guys, when you are playing super deep stacked, there is a lot of incentive to float c-bets with a pretty wide range. As you can see, I only called, I called a pot size bet on the flop with a gut shot, but because we were so deep when I did get there, that $30 led to the $200 bet. I got paid off on the turn, to the 140 bet. I got paid off on the river. So it's just something to keep in mind next time you find yourself playing in a super deep stacked game. So that's my hot little strategy tip for the day. If you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure you hit subscribe. I'm putting out ones every single day. That's why it's a daily vlog. So make sure you hit subscribe so you get notified when my new videos come out. And that's every single day. In terms of this vlog, this one's over. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.